Cultivate self belief early in life. Self belief is the most critical quality in being successful in life. Maybe that's why belief in yourself is the most common advice people receive when they approach successful people for guidance. A person's childhood experience and environment also play a prominent role in developing self belief. Growing up in a hostile or unhappy environment can demoralize a person's confidence and belief in him or himself. If childhood was difficult at every point, paying school fees on time was always a challenge. There were times he was made to stand out of class for 8 hours because of this. He says, I remember being asked to leave school in front of my classmates. It was a very embarrassing situation. It was particularly terrible for a child who did not understand the larger picture. Sadly, this kind of emotional abuse tore down Nick's self belief. In every classroom, there is a category of students infamous as backbenchers. They are often considered time wasters who score low marks, and teachers usually shout at him. Nick, Nick recalls it. I was always an average student, so my place in class was a backbench. When people make you feel you are not good enough, you can easily lose confidence in yourself. The continuous taunting about being a backbencher made Nick feel unworthy of any aspirational goals. Feeling helpless and vulnerable, uncertain about what the future held, Nick was deeply disturbed emotionally. But even in the most negative of circumstances, small positive actions can make a big difference. Being spiritual, Nick used to visit Ram Mandir, a temple near his house, praying to God and touching his head on the Om painted on the wall was a source of positive strength for him. He also started to watch motivational videos by American speakers like Eric Thomas. Gradually, he began noticing some exciting changes in his own thoughts process. He began loving himself and decided to change his situation. In those days, Govinda was the top comedy star in Bollywood. His funny dialogues made Nick laugh, and he gradually realized the power of humor. He decided to pull the humor from anything that happened around him. One of the most difficult things about being a comedian is that one has to be original all the time. So Nick started thinking of multiple funny answers for every question, insult and humiliation he had faced. Comedy became an escape for him, allowing him to enjoy the situation he was in without losing himself. A newly developed sense of humor also helped Nick make a place for himself among his classmates. The children laughed at his jokes and enjoyed his company. Over time, Nick developed a sense of what was likely going on in other pupils' minds and what they would find amusing in different situations. The attention Nick began to get because of his jokes helped to bolster his self-esteem. Within a short period, Nick had become famous as the class clown. Now, Nick says, people think I am spontaneous, but my reactions to situation come from the 15 to 20 years of fighting bullies and giving it back. I spent years perfecting this ability. My hard pace shaped my perspective, and my sense of humor and storytelling skills probably came from that. Find a niche and become master of it. The word niche can mean different things to different people, but generally it means a specific area. Being willing to focus on something niche can result in massive returns. People always prefer working with an expert, and there is less direct competition in a niche. Moreover, choosing a niche elevates your chances of creating a unique brand. Within the restaurant industry, bartending is considered niche. It is an extremely social profession as it requires a person to be creative while putting him/her at the center. A bartender specializes in making a wide variety of drinks. He creates a fun experience for the guests and dazzles them with bar gymnastics, such as throwing and catching ice cubes in glasses, spinning and flipping multiple bottles, and so on. All of this is done to rock and roll music. That said, becoming a bartender is not easy. It is a physically and psychologically demanding profession, and it takes years of practice to become a celebrated bartender. When Nick was 18 years old, he saw the movie Cocktail, in which Hollywood sports superstar Tom Cruise played a bartender. His charisma and glamour of tending as shown in the movie inspired Nick to become a bartender. He arranged a loan and took admission in a hotel management course. And to specialize in bartending, he joined evening classes at Cocktails and Dreams, a bartending school in Khar. Thought Nick enjoyed this course. He worried about how to arrange the next fee installment. Amidst this uncertainty, an opportunity emerged. The bartender who was to represent Cocktail and Dreams at an event in Pune did not turn up on the day of the event. The owner of the academy asked Nick if he would step in. The bartender who was to represent Cocktails and Dreams at an event in Pune did not turn up on the day of the event. The owner of the academy asked Nick if he would step in. Nick replied with a smile, "If I get some money, I will." He got INR 350, but customer feedback about Nick was very positive, and going forward, he began getting bartending opportunities as a freelancer. The money thus earned helped Nick to pay his fees and pay off his loan. By the end of the course, Nick was an expert at one bartending competition. He created a cocktail that was loved by the judges. When they asked him the ingredient, he said the way vodka is a popular alcoholic beverage in Russia and tequila is popular in Mexico, Desi Daru is a popular alcohol beverage in India. I have used Desi Daru in the cocktail. Everyone laughed at this humorous answer and appreciated Nick's creativity. He won the competition. Goa has long been world famous for its party places and nightclubs. Having completed his education and training in Mumbai, Nick decided to move to Goa to explore opportunities there. While in Goa, he worked as a bartender at night and as a wedding planner by day. The life in Goa was good, but Nick's parents wanted him back home. When Nick returned to Mumbai a year later, he had no job. The clubs and restaurants where he had previously worked had new talent in place. After struggling for a few months, Nick decided to take a job at a call center. I missed my bartending days and was not enjoying the call center much, but I was getting INR 20,000 per month as salary and I needed that to support my family, he recalls. While working at the call center, Nick got to know about a YouTube channel called Life According to Jimmy. Jimmy Tatro, an American filmmaker and comedian, mixed sketch comedy with his own spin on everyday life. This channel nurtured Nick's fascination for sketch comedy. Nick recalled the day of being the school comic and thought of creating his own YouTube channel. In 2013, he started Not So Funny. Nick says this channel was exactly what its name said. No one watched my videos and colleagues made fun of me. One evening, Nick was sharing his frustration with one of his friends. During their discussion, possible reasons for the channel not having worked surfaced. Nick said to his friend, I wanted to create a popular channel like Life of According to Jimmy. It's my dream. His friend replied, the channel name could be Life According to Nick. But Nick shook his head in denial and said, I don't want to be a copycat. I want to be unique. His friend responded with the suggestion that the channel name could be Be Unique. It's a play on Be Unique and has the name Nick too, he said. Nick liked the idea very much. At the time, neither knew that one day Be Unique would surpass Life According to Jimmy in the number of subscribers. Prioritize long-term goal over short-term gain. We live in a society that thrives on instant gratification. We feel low if our friend don't like our social media posts. It's our pizza is not if our pizza is not delivered in 30 minutes, or if someone does not give us a smile. When it comes to achieving any worthwhile goal, anxiety has to be controlled and instant gratification avoided. Long-term goals take significant time, effort, and planning to achieve. Nick says you can only reach your long-term goal by regularly taking small steps. My call center job was giving me short-term gain in the form of a monthly salary, but it was taking away time required for my heart's calling. To become a sketch comedian, after 3 years at the call center, Nick received a bonus amount equivalent to 2 months' salary. He decided to put the amount towards the family expenses while directing all his focus towards his YouTube channel. So he quit the job. His parents said nothing, but a relative told him, I can give you in writing that you will fail in whatever you are planning to do. But Nick wanted to focus on his goal. There was no plan B. Within 2 months, the bonus money was gone, and there was no revenue from the YouTube channel. Nick was in desperate straits at the time. Ramesh Raut, owner of the Raut family salon in Domi Valley, offered him financial help. Within a month, the borrowed money too was gone. Ramesh offered further assistance, but Nick was not comfortable taking such large favors from a good friend. So he decided to take up another call center job and thought he did so. His remained on video ideas. He found the job so suffocating that he left within the hour on day one. Nick says, I quit my job and swore never to work for anyone else again. But dreams were one thing, the realities of life another. The challenges challenge was the money required for survival. Nick says, I could have survived on vada pav, but I needed money to buy groceries for home. As if some higher power and had heard. His phone rang. An old contact was calling to tell Nick about a bartender vacancy at a club near CST in Mumbai Fort area. Nick thought he could focus on his YouTube channel during the day and work at the bar at night. So he said yes. And so he founded his YouTube channel for a substantial period with his part-time bartending job, which finished at about 2 a.m. By then the last train from CST to Dombivli had left, and cab to Dombivli would have cost about INR 2000. Maybe would have cost. Nick was making only 350 per shift, so the cab option was ruled out. Nick had no option but to sleep on the station bench. He says ruefully, benches in the railway platform became my friends. I did not care anymore. It had been my choice to leave my job and pursue my passion. I had the belief that all this would lead to something. A street snack of spicy potato in a bun. Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus and of station of for South Mumbai. In 2015, during the ICC Cricket World Cup, Star Sports launched the ad campaign Mauka Mauka, which became a huge hit. Fans created many spoofs and versions of the ad, and it was the most trending topic although throughout the tournament. Meanwhile, an exciting video was released on Bionic in no time. The video went viral and achieved close to 1 million views. Nick says, this was my 15th video. The previous 14 had achieved a few thousand views at most. The video made Nick so famous and that people began calling him the Mauka Mauka wala ladka. His friends suggested he make more videos around the same theme, but Nick did not want to be known as the Mauka Mauka wala ladka. He wanted to be known as Nick. He told his friend, I am here to make sketch comedy, not just Mauka Mauka videos. Nick created 40 more videos on various themes, but none was as popular as Mauka Mauka. Nevertheless, Nick remained focused on achieving his long-term goal. Meanwhile, a famous content company offered Nick a job with a monthly salary of INR 50,000. Nick thought it over, wondering that if he used his creativity to write for them, what would he write for himself? He did not wish to dilute his focus, so he politely declined that offer. In time, Bionic's videos such as Once Upon a Time in Dombivli, First Date, Man Will Be Man, and a few others became very popular, enhancing Nick's credibility in the genre of subtitle comedy. Slowly his audience grew. Nick says, don't think of monetization when you start out. If I would have become restless after 5 videos and would never have made another 45. By 2016, Bionic had become a popular YouTube channel, and people had started recognizing Nick. At the bar, many customers would approach me for selfies with them. Sometimes on the train, youngsters would ask for selfies. It was an honor. But while fame had come, money was a reluctant arrival. When his channel reached 500k subscribers, a biker t-shirt brand approached Nick for placement in a video. Nick asked for INR 2 lakh but got only 8,000 by the time. Be Unique achieved 1 million subscribers. Other brands started approaching Nick for collaborations. Then came the viral video job interview gone wrong with Bollywood actor Rajkumar Rao. It took Nick's popularity to another level. Over time, Nick has become a preferred collaborator for many renowned brands. He says it's a good feeling. Earlier, I accepted any brand deal that was offered to me at any amount. Now I am in a position to pick and choose. But one thing remains constant between the past and the present. I have never compromised on my ethics. I researched a brand thoroughly before getting associated. Then I reviewed the fitment of the brand in my script. If everything goes well, I collaborate. Now Nick is a full-time content creator who can afford to live life on his own terms. But what really makes him happy is giving his family everything they deserve. Once he bought a pair of gold earrings for his grandmother. Seeing how happy the gift made her was the best feeling in the world for him. There was a time when Nick would avoid partying with his friends because he did not have money to pay his SWAT. But now he makes sure he pays for his friends. It was my dream to pay the bills of my friends without thinking twice. It was my dream to pay the bills of my friends without thinking twice, and I so pay wherever we party, be in the India, Amsterdam, New York, Los Angeles, and anywhere else. Recently, he bought a house for his family. His sacrifice in the short term has given his substantial gains in the long term. When you don't have resources, become resourceful. Sketch comedy comprises of a series of soft scenes called sketches, which are usually a few minutes in length. For those who grew up in the 1970s and 90s, Jaspal Bhatti's flop shows on Doordarshan was their first experience of sketch comedy. Usually, a group of comic actors perform such sketches. As Nick was focused on sketch comedy, he required locations for shoots and team members to act along with him. But he did not have the money to rent locations or hire professional comic actors. Nick says, Dombivli is full of kind and helpful people. When I asked people to allow me to shoot at restaurants, shops, and even the police station gate, they allowed me to do so without charging anything. Getting a live location saved a lot of cost. Had I been in Andheri or Goregaon, I would have been asked to pay for setup and studios. When Nick needed an office, Ramesh Raut offered a section at his saloon. Nick laughs. I still do some of my meetings at Ramesh Salon. As the popularity of Be Unique has grown, the popularity of the places shown in the videos have grown as well. Be Unique has popularized Dombivli as the Republic of Dombivli, a name that has caught on with the audience. Returning to the challenges of Nick's early days, getting pupils to act with him was a big problem. He requested many pupils to act along with him and meet numerous videographers to shoot his videos. Most of them ignored Nick. A few said yes but didn't turn up. Those who did left after one or two videos. Nick says ruefully, perhaps they did not see a further in working with me. As a workaround, Nick explored opportunities with the students of Whistling Woods International, a film school in Mumbai. A few of the students came forward to help him. It took Nick more than a year to get his team together. The first person to join was Murali. One day Nick went to meet a videographer and accompanied, accompanied by a person named Murali who was not interested in continuing his studies and was looking to do something creative. That videographer never met Nick again, but Murali liked Nick's ideas. He became forward to join Munich while playing cricket. Another boy called Sushant asked Nick, "Bro, next video कब upload होगा?" Nick was surprised to know that someone watched his videos in trying to learn more about Sushant. He got to know that Sushant was a video editor. When Nick asked him to help with editing Munich videos, Sushant happily agreed. At a wedding he attended, Nick coincidentally met Vivek, a cinematographer. They had dinner together and become friends. During the conversation, Vivek told Nick that he was getting bored during monotonous wedding shoots and wanted to do something creative and challenging. Nick said, "If you want to do something creative, why don't you join Munich?" Nick showed Vivek a few videos on his mobile phone. Vivek liked the concepts and agreed to join Nick on his journey. Nick met Tushar at a gym. He was a mechanical engineer who had left his dull engineering job in Dubai and was trying to figure out what to do next. Nick felt Tushar had natural acting talent and convinced him to join the Munich team. When the business started growing, Nick wanted someone to manage finances and the back office. He posted an intern requirement on Facebook. Only one person, a youngster named Anand, turned up. Munich has grown a lot over time, and Anand has evolved from an intern into the finance head. For a long time, Nick tried to get his school friend Omkar on board. He thought Omkar's sense of humor was great and would be a solid asset. When Omkar saw that Munich was getting some traction, he was finally convinced. Nick makes the concepts and Omkar helps the team in script and dialogue writing. Omkar helps the team in script and dialogue writing. Today, Nick says many other people came and went, but these few have remained with me for years. Writing relatable and family-friendly comedy content is extremely difficult because there needs to be an element of uniqueness and originality for a joke for work. Nick explained how he works. "I just look around. Interesting observation come from everywhere. When I have a thought or I see a funny situation, I save it. The team adds head, tail and unique twist to the observations, flesh them into proper sketches and then execute them. Unique's satire is easy to understand, incisive and clean. Nick has never felt the need to use dirty or abusive language to make people laugh or attract attentions. Making videos is one challenge, getting them noticed is another. Initially, Nick had thought his 2000 friends on Facebook would naturally subscribe to his channel. He was wrong. When they did not, he started a strategy. He sent messages to all his friends. Nick says, "If you check the messages of people who were my friends back then, you will find links to my first video everywhere." He also spammed Facebook pages of popular forums like BuzzFeed, Swoop, Rajnikant vs. CID jokes, and others. Ever the stalwart supporters, Nick friends Ramesh Raut would also spread the word, asking all his saloon customers to subscribe to Bionic. Many people liked the videos and shared them further. In time, the subscriber base started increasingly from hundreds to thousands to millions. Nick says, "Today, honestly, I am here because of the hustle, and that's the best advice I can give. Keep hustling, and universe loves a stubborn heart. Stay consistent, stay humble." When we ask people what they consider traits of successful people, the typical answer are intelligence, ambitions, perseverance, luck, etc. Indeed, all these factors matter, but two other aspects should be highlighted instead of being hidden within. These are consistency and humility. According to Bionic, mastering anything in life takes a consistent practice every day. He thinks that artists should consistently improve their creative style, use new tools and features, and keep looking for new ways to engage with their audiences. He himself works 16 hours a day, whatever the ups and downs of life. Nick has never stopped making videos. Every day he posts content on Instagram, and every week he uploads a video on YouTube and Facebook. Often people who discover him one platform also follow him on another. Usually when people fail to get immediate results for their actions, they discontinue the practice. However, results to do not results do not come quickly in life. They come from making incremental progress and improvement over an extended period. One of Nick's strongest qualities is that he does not give up when his ideas are not working out. He says being a content creator पहले से चटका था वो. One of Nick's strongest qualities is that he does not give up when his ideas are not working out. He says being a content creator is not easy. Like any other career, massive hard work is involved in content creation. You can never really rely on making one fantastic piece that will go viral. However, if you are consistent and bring out many good pieces of content, you will increase your followers and engagement. When Nick is not working on ideas, he is looking out for them to share and incident. Nick was once invited to the US to participate in a conference about promoting US tourism in India. After the conference, he stayed at the venue and tried to understand what the other participants did in life. Interestingly, he met with an Maharashtrian chef who was toying with the ideas of sharing an Indian food truck in the US. While talking to him, Nick saw a niche opportunity in selling Maharashtrian fast food. He liked the chef as a person and decided to invest. The outcome was the Feast India Company, a food truck brand that sells Maharashtrian fast food such as vada pav, misal pav, chai, and chas in San Francisco. 6 days a week, Nick says enthusiastically. It's a big hit. Seeing Feast India Company success, Nick invested in One Bite Stand, another food truck brand in the US. Similarly, by meeting people and talking about their ideas, he has invested in many other ventures. Nick travels worldwide and collaborates with some of the biggest names, but he still lives in the Dombivli, plays football with the same old friends, and eat vada pav at the same street side stall. He says success has come to me after a long struggle, and I don't want it to get into my head. And the the best part about this place is that people here still treat me as the same old Nick who had nothing. That keeps me grounded. Nick has earned many essential lessons about humility from successful celebrities. He once met Tom Hanks, once one of Hollywood's biggest superstars, and was amazed by the man's humility and simplicity. Nick says success doesn't have a fixed formula. One can either get it by hard work or by luck, but failure has a pattern. Having a big ego and surrounding yourself with yes men always success success does not have a fixed formula. One can either get it by hard work or by luck, but failure has a pattern. Having a big ego, surrounding yourself with yes men. In conclusion, Nick's journey is truly remarkable. Beyond becoming a celebrity, creating many businesses, and changing the financial situation of his family, Nick has made a positive difference in the lives of millions of people. Using the power of laughter, he has made millions of people laugh and feel good amidst their gloom. By writing the unique script of his life, he brought lightness and hope to millions of children from underprivileged background or who do not wish to follow conventional career paths. Nick says he has just started. Every morning he wakes up with a thought to create something new. It will be truly inspirational to watch his creations and dreams evolve and leaves their positive imprint on society?